Alright, these are my picks for UFC 105. I'm gonna do this real fast. Just gonna do the main card because, I don't know. Just, it seems like it's almost like such a lesser card that you really don't need to do the undercard because it's even worse. It just keeps on getting, less important, I guess. Although I do want to see Terry Adam do good. I like the guy personally, but otherwise it's all just a mix of guys I don't really care for, or just aren't up to the level yet for me to care. That sounds bad, but I don't know. Ross Pearson versus Aaron Riley. I'm guessing this is kind of a fight they gave Ross so he can win. I guess I'm gonna go with Joe Silva's little stepping stone idea here and pick Ross. Matt Brown versus James Wilkes. This one I've been going back and forth on because James Wilkes looked so much better after he got off the Ultimate Fighter and he fought DeMarcus. He looked crazy good. On the show, he didn't look that good. He had 2 fights with Frankie, and Frankie's kind of one-dimensional, and he was able to win those fights, but he didn't really dominate them. But he looked way good on that finale. Matt Brown, huge badass, standing crazy, all kinds of kicks and punches, and he's like the new Chuck Norris. So I'm gonna have to go with Brown. I'm just gonna pick kind of my heart and pick Brown because I want Brown to win. Michael Bisping versus Dennis King. I'll go with King. I just think he's a better fighter. But Bisping, I don't know. He may want it more after what happened with Henderson. He may want it more, so he may impose his will more, try harder. Dan Hardy versus Mike Swick. Man, Dan Hardy, he rubs me the wrong way after all that Marcus Davis drama. I'm not really a big fan of Mike Swick either. I don't know if you've ever seen his video vlogs he did while Dana was out. They were really boring, and also he's kind of like this metrosexual. He's really trimming his sideburns a little too much and eyebrows and stuff. So it's a toss-up. I think Swick is... it's easy to pick Swick, though. Because, he's Swick. He's been around so much longer than Hardy. But, Hardy, he's kind of bursting on the scene here. I'll go with Swick, though. But, either one wins. I hope they beat the shit out of each other. Really, just beat the living crap out of each other. That'd be great. That'd make my day. And you got the main event, which is pretty much... it's almost like the main event is bigger than everything else on this card, which makes sense, but by a lot more than usual. Usually, your co-lining main event is not that much more important than your main event. But this main event's, I think, a few leaps away from the rest of this card. Randy Couture versus Brandon Vera. Vera's been hot and cold. It's hard to predict him. Couture's been pretty consistent. It seems like he's been doing for the last, I'd say, 4 fights, pretty much the same. He has the same kind of, he hasn't really, dropped off yet. A lot of people are wondering when he'll drop off. So far, he's consistent. I think, he won against guys like Sylvia and, what's that big bear guy, the Gonzaga. Then he loses to Nog and Lesnar. So he's, heavyweight, he was kind of like middle of the line, upper echelon a little bit. At 205, I think he's going to do pretty good. And I think he's going to grind out a win here against Vera. The card on paper looks kind of weak. It's just not as good. And thank goodness it's free. That's really nice. I'm glad it's free. But hopefully they prove me wrong and they go out there and do their thing and all these fighters, come to fight. And we'll be watching. Time to, put some guys out there that people aren't talking about as much and let them do their showcase and get people talking about them. Those are my predictions. I'll talk to you later.